Hi, it's Jack Hadley from My Social Practice, and welcome to Dental Digital Marketing Discussions. Today, I have one of my favorite dental professionals in the whole world as a guest, Tracy Driver. Hi, Tracy.
Hello.
We're so excited to have Tracy. I know, when I get an opportunity to go speak, many times I'll have a big group of dental professionals and I'll go to talk a little bit about some of the cool things that Tracy does in her practice. And as soon as I say Tracy Driver, a few heads and a few eyes nod and eyes open wide in the audience. Tracy, we're going to get to see Tracy.
Wow.
And so she's starting to get a little bit of clout in dentistry, which is kind of fun, huh?
Yeah, that's really fun. I love it.
Do people stop you in the street and want your autograph yet? Or
no, but it's hard to go anywhere that I don't say. They say you're the person in the videos, or she did a video with my son, or she's at my dentist. She works at my dentist office. So I get it a lot.
Some fun local notoriety. That's nice.
That's right.
Good,
yeah.
Good. Well, I'm going to share my screen here for a second, Tracy. Hold on. I'm going to go click on this, and I want to talk for a minute about the practice that you work in. So you work at Dr. Patricia London's practice. And what city are you in?
We're in Concord, North Carolina.
All right, Concord, North Carolina. And if you go to the webpage and scroll down a little bit, you'll see a little bio of Tracy. She's commonly referred to as the insurance chick. Right, Tracy?
That's it. That's my job.
How long have you been there?
I've been there about 20 years.
And in addition to doing insurance things, what are some of your other responsibilities?
Well, I contribute to the social media, obviously. I do typing and manuals, and I deliver bleaching trays. I've done anything that you can do up front. So
all kinds of stuff.
Nothing in the back until I started doing the videos.
Okay. And you have, you have two sons, don't you? Grown sons?
I do. One lives in California, San Diego. He's an engineer. And then I have another one that lives around here, and he is a middle school teacher.
And you're holding what little baby in your arms there?
That's one of Dr. London's grandsons.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So, as many in our audience know, Tracy appears to be a fairly mild-mannered person, and I think there's certainly a mild-mannered side to her, but she's got a wild side too. And it's evidenced often in some of these dub smash videos that she does. So I'm just going to play a tiny bit, and then we're going to talk about that for a minute, okay? Tracy,
okay.
You good?
Okay, I'm good.
All right, hold on.
Give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Give me, I'm worth it. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
Get ugly. Get ugly.
Very fun. Hold on, I want to share one more thing. I want to go to your Instagram page for a second.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, let me go to your page. I had it up a second ago. Here it is. So are you posting most of these originally on Instagram or on Facebook, or where do you do them originally, or both?
Oh, we do both.
Okay.
We put them on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And then I also have a Monday Bites Instagram and a Monday Bites Facebook page. They're just the Monday Bites. Okay. And I also do Snapchats on Monday. That has been recent.
I haven't seen those. I'll have to see those.
Yeah.
So here's an example of a Monday Bite.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Very fun. And then this one you just did you just do this last Monday, I think?
Yes. We made his bib smaller so that he looked.
Very fun, very fun.
Yeah.
All right. So let me stop sharing again for a minute. So let's talk about, how did this start? How did you start doing these Dub Smash videos?
Well, my dentist, Dr. London, she went to your first digital conference. I didn't go. That was in Texas. I went to the second one, and she came back and had a meeting with all the staff, and she said, one of the many, many, many things that she said, but one of them was, we're going to start doing videos, and we're going to do them on Monday, and Tracy, you're going to do those. And I was like, what am I going to do? She was like, whatever, you'll think of something, but I want you to have one ready every Monday. And I was kind of thinking about insurance stuff or making, I don't know, there's so many fun things in dentistry that we can all talk about. But I was thinking more along the insurance lines and that kind of thing. But we started with some puppets because I wasn't comfortable speaking on camera. And then that didn't work too good. And then she had showed me the app for Dub Smash. And then it was like, oh, that's perfect. Cause 10 seconds. I have a very short attention span.
Perfect.
So.
Well, I'm glad that she came back from the conference excited to do that. That's awesome. All right, let's move into the content portion of our visit today. I asked you to send along 3 simple ideas, and we're going to take a couple of minutes and talk about each one of those. And these are ideas that, in the experience that you've had, it sounds like some good advice for practices that are trying to figure out how to be more effective in their social media marketing inside their practice. So I'm going to lay out each one of these 3 ideas, and then let's just take a couple of minutes and talk about them. Sound okay?
Sure.
All right. The first one that you mentioned was this concept of there's not a need to be perfect. Tell us what you mean by that.
Right. Well, in doing these videos, we're doing them with actual patients during actual appointment times. So there is no way that we can plan out every detail of a video. So I have to be free. I've got to have somebody to video. Hopefully I can get a staff member. I love it if I can get one. If Dr. London was in one, all the stars have a line, but that doesn't happen very often because we're doing this when there's just a small break and we want to get it finished before she comes in. Yeah. So my point is that there's no way to plan all these details. I have an idea, and I may go back there and the patient changes my idea because they don't like my song choice or they want to do something else. So we just got to be really flexible. They're done very quickly. I'm probably in there 4 or 5 minutes. And sometimes it's one take and back out, because they're running a very busy schedule. So I don't, we've identified the person most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've identified them on the schedule because when they've left the time before, they've said something about a video, wanting to be in a video. But that's not how it was early on. I was drafting people, trying to get them to do it. And sometimes the staff will help me. That particular one you just saw, Amanda in the back, she said, there's a guy here. He's got on a tank top, and I'm pretty sure he would do a video. You want to ask him.
Yeah.
That's where that one came from.
So in that case, it didn't start with your idea for a song. It started when you saw a patient that you thought might, and then you thought of a song to use.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, actually, Amanda came up with that one. I have another one that we did with him too, but because sometimes I'll say, if you see a guy come in, I really want to do, whatever, or if you see an older patient come in, or any good kids, because they know them more than I do, because I do insurance. Remember, I don't always have contact with every single patient.
Yeah.
So they help me out a lot. Most of it's done in hygiene.
Yeah.
But just because there's a little more lag time between when they finish and then they're waiting on the doctor to come in.
Yeah.
So that's my time that I try to get them.
Well, maybe as a takeaway for those who are listening in and thinking, hey, maybe we could try something fun like this. Maybe a takeaway from this is that you don't necessarily, like you said, it doesn't have to be perfect, and you can do this in a short amount of time. And maybe instead of trying to think, the way I thought you were probably doing it is you thought of a song and then you tried to find a patient to do it. But you're kind of doing it a little different. You're letting the relationship with the patient sort of drive it to where you find the patient first almost, and then find something that might be fun for them to do. And another interesting thing that you said that I didn't realize, I didn't think about this, but early on, before you had a little bit of notoriety that you were doing these, when people didn't know anything about it, you had to ask them, and maybe they didn't understand what Dub Smash was or what you were planning on doing. I wonder if those who are watching could maybe on your iPad or on your cell phone or whatever, have a couple of Tracy's videos on there to show a patient, say, this is kind of how it's done. This is someone that does a really good job, and we want to do something kind of like this. Maybe they could kind of show them. So now they go, oh, I see how easy that is. Because maybe people don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, we still have people that do not use social media, but they know about YouTube or something, or now they want to go watch the videos, but they don't know what we're talking about. They're like, what? But at first we really had to kind of draft people, or just fun patients, and sometimes I can't predict, because I'm like, oh, I know they'll do one with me, and then they won't. They're like, no, I don't want to be perceived like that. And I'm like, okay, I mean, okay, it's fine, nobody's for it. And then other people, you're thinking they would never do one, and then they want to do it. But now a lot of times when they're checking out, I can hear them when they're checking out. They're close to where I sit, and they'll say something about the videos. I love your videos, or how do you get patients to be in the videos? And then I'll say, I asked them to be in the videos. And then I'll say, would you like to be in a video next time when you come? And they'll say, no, I'm not good at that. But in just a little bit, they'll say, yeah, I would like to be in one. So then I'll tag them. I'll put that on the schedule, because I know when they come in next time, it might be 6 months from now. But I think originally I did kind of have a song and try to find some. It's kind of evolved. Now I might have, I've got 50 ideas in my phone anytime. So, if they find a good patient, we'll find something that suits. I like to suit it to what they like to do. So.
Yeah. And for those who want to make sure they're being HIPAA compliant, do you use the little pads that My Social Practice provides for you? Just have them initial.
Yes, and I love to ask them if they have an agent. I'll say, you already have an agent? Because there's a place on there for that, and they like that. So
that's clever. I
always use that. So
great.
But I do use them. Yes.
All right. Let me introduce the second topic real quick. We got a little off track, but that was good. I think.
Sorry.
No, it's good, because I think we're covering some things that will actually be helpful to those who are listening in. So, second idea you threw out: be original. Patients can tell when you're real and when you're not real. What do you think?
I mean, that's what I think. I mean, that's me personally. I don't like to copy anybody. I know that in dentistry, we're all dealing with some of the same kind of funny things, like patients won't open their mouth, or they say they floss. But we know that they really don't. I mean, all that's fair game. That's not like copying somebody. But I think that you try to take your social media and try to make it show what is different about your practice than anybody else's practice, because anybody can have a social sign and have a picture of their hygienist with their patient. But I think you want to try to take your digital marketing and make it what's different about your office, because if we're all doing good dentistry and we all have professional staff and we all, have similar fees, what's different about your office? And I think one of the things that's different about our office is that we have this crazy bond and relationship with our patients, because Dr. London's been in practice for 35 years. So we've seen, grandparents, then the next set, and then their grandchildren. And so we know so much more about them than their teeth. We know about their passions, their hobbies, their grandkids' names, and all this kind of stuff. So we have this crazy bond, and that's what we kind of show in the videos, that they're so comfortable with us that they will do this kind of stuff. They'll even put a wig on sometimes, And so I just think you need to be original and try to make it show what's different about your practice, whether you're, great with kids or great with cosmetic dentistry or great with, I don't know, patient education, or, make it fit what your practice is good at, and what sets you apart from the other people.
Yeah, well said. And in fact, I think one of the things that has always impressed me about the things that you're doing, we get really caught up and really far down the rabbit hole talking about marketing and about all these concepts about how to position a practice, how to brand and everything. But a lot of times for most people, dentistry is just kind of a scary thing. And if the way that you handle it does nothing more than help somebody who's afraid of the dentist to take a deep breath and say, you know what, I think I could be comfortable in that practice because it doesn't look scary to me. And they think at a very simple level sometimes about dentistry. We get really caught up in the minutia, but to them it's just kind of a scary place to go that costs me a lot of money, and I don't really want to go. And, they have all those fears. So I think that helps with the fears, don't you think?
Oh, exactly. I mean, especially Instagram, we have so many followers. I think we went from like 500 to 5,000 something. But I get that all the time. Like the comments will be, I wish I could get on a plane and come to see you guys, or y'all make me not afraid of the dentist anymore. And it's like, oh, that's like the best thing to me. That's my most favorite thing to hear. And I don't know, it does my heart good. So I enjoy it.
It does. I think that's a huge thing. And I like that you talked about, patients really don't have a real concept of clinical expertise. And I know Dr. London's an amazing dentist, but yet a lot of patients, they don't understand the dentistry portion anyway. It's about the experience of being a patient, and they assume that they're getting great dental care. But it's always that battle between, we get caught up since we're so close to the clinical part of it in a practice, and we forget maybe a little bit about the experience of the patient. And I think what you're doing really helps. So, all right, third idea, have a patient first mindset. Patient first mindset. Tell me how that plays into the way you guys are marketing.
Well, this is something that y'all talked about so much at the Vegas digital marketing, like the difference between what was branding and what was marketing. And I didn't think, I really feel like that I have evolved to that, like doing the dub smashes, like accidentally. Like at first I was doing just me, like in the chair, lonely, or, or whatever. And then I started doing them with staff members in the break room. But then when I really started, I love doing them with the patient. And when I can make the patient front and center in the video and me just be the supporting actress or whatever in the background, or their background singer, those are my very favorite. So it's like it's kind of evolved to that. It didn't start out that way, but just putting the patient first is the best thing. I mean, it's hard to put a value on what's a patient in a video, but if you think about, well, let me think of this. Like the other day, a guy said, I've been waiting 2 years for you to ask me to be in a video. And it's like, what? I wish you had said something, I love that. But if and he thought he and I had a good relationship, which we did, like I've known him for a long time as a patient. But I didn't know that he really wanted to be in one that bad. So if your social media is supposed to be engaging your patients, retaining your patients, and attracting new patients, and so, if you say with the video, then maybe because he is in a video, I'm just kind of stretching this, but maybe he stays at the practice for 2 years, 10 years. Maybe his kids stay, because he's got this kind of crazy bond with us at the office. Yeah. And I know I get a personal bond with these people. They're usually my friends on Facebook. They weren't before, but they are now. I knew their name maybe, or maybe I didn't. I didn't even know for sure who they were, but I do now. And it's like we have this little weird connection that we did for 10 seconds. And and then if their neighbor saw them because they were tagged in a video or their coworkers or whatever, and then you got a couple patients off of that, just because you did this 10-second video, but it has happened, and it continues to happen. So we're really enjoying it.
Well, I like that you're talking about it as a patient first philosophy. And yeah, now that I think about it, the more recent ones, they really are, the patient really is the star of the video. You're right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's right.
I
Because
thought
when I
about
see the ones from earlier, I mean, and some of those I really love. I still love them because I still like remember doing that with the
Yeah.
patient, and they do too.
Yeah.
And I have some regulars that when they come in, they're like, "What are we gonna do? Are we gonna do it?" And this happened really recently. A guy, he kept putting on Facebook, "I'll be there June the 19th. Tracy, I'm coming June the 19th." And telling other people, "I have an appointment on June the 19th. And I'm like, "I gotcha." And then he sent me like a message, I was like, okay, here he is at 10 at night, to tell me that he had an appointment on Monday, and I was like, "I gotcha. We're going to do one." And we did two actually, because,
That's great.
so that's kind of crazy. I would never think that it would be like that, but it is.
Well, that's fantastic. All right. Great points. And I think you've talked about them in a way that those practices that have been thinking, oh, can we really do something like this? Is this just too far over the line for us? We're just really leaving our comfort zone. I think you inspire people to leave their comfort zone a little bit, and it's okay. It's okay not to be all about dentistry all the time, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. It's a great outlet.
Good. All right, one more thing. I'm going to share my screen. As you know, we have this little thing we do where I'm going to ask you a few trivia questions. And we're going to, but before we do, I got to
Oh, God. I thought you forgot about that. So
I did. Now I just remembered. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now, you and I come from a different age when teachers were actually allowed to whack a student that was not behaving. And I got whacked in junior high a few times by a paddle that looked just like that one.
Yeah.
Tell me about your experience getting paddled in school.
Okay. So I'm in the 7th grade. My math teacher, he has one arm. So I'm just saying that because the arm he had was very strong. And there was a popular commercial, and I don't know if you're old enough to remember it, but it was called Purina Cat Chow, and it had an owner and their cat, and their legs are going back and forth doing Purina Cat Chow, 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 like a Charleston. So I'm in class. I go up front to sharpen my pencil, and I decide to do the cat chow dance. I'm not saying anything. I'm just dancing it. Well, the whole class erupts in laughter. And he turns around to look at me, and I act like I'm just sharpening my pencil. And if I had just stopped, right there, I'd have probably been fine. But I love that they laughed so much that I did it again. And then the next thing I know, I'm grabbing my ankles. He is tearing me up, and I had to sit back down, and I wanted to cry so bad because he tore me up for that. Oh. And I deserved it. But if I'd have stopped the first time, everything would have been okay. But I say I live to dance again because he didn't break my spirit.
This is a little clue as to why you're so successful with Dub Smash.
Yeah, I like to dance, though. I do.
All right. Well, good job. Thanks for sharing that.
All right. You're welcome.
All right. Now, as you know, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. I have 5 questions prepared. As soon as you answer 3 of them correctly, you are going to win. But you don't win anything because you're playing for another doctor. Didn't you recommend Dr. John Turner at Turner Orthodontics as the practice you're playing for?
Yeah, I was just making sure. Is that there? I guess that's their address. Yeah, in Concord.
Yeah, Market Drive in Concord.
Yeah, and they're really skinny over there, so I have got to win them some food.
Well, if you answer, as soon as you answer 3 trivia questions correctly, on behalf of Dr. London's practice and my social practice, we're going to contact Turner Orthodontics and treat them to lunch, okay?
Nice.
All right, here's your first question. Ready?
No.
Question number 1. How many rings make up the symbol of the Olympic Games?
I think it's 5.
You are absolutely correct.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Okay, you're
Nice. I am so smart.
1 for 1. Number 2.
1 for 1. Number 2.
The giant panda's diet is almost entirely made up of which plant?
Now, this is the giant panda, not the regular panda, right?
Giant panda.
I was, because the regular panda, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I was thinking the regular panda had grits. I don't know. I just want to throw that in because I'm from North Carolina. Let's say bamboo.
You are absolutely correct. Bamboo is their primary diet. Very nicely done. 2 for 2. This is too easy. I need to give you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm tearing this up.
Who won what year did the War of 1812?
I got that one. 1812. I got that
All
one
right,
too.
darn it. Okay, number 3. Ready? The Heisman Trophy, which you may or may not have heard of, I hope you've heard of, is presented in which sport?
It's the one with his hand out.
You're right.
It's like a running back or something. But so yeah. So that would be football.
It must be football, and you are correct.
There he is.
Very nice.
see
There he
him.
is.
Very nice.
Heisman Trophy.
Thank you.
That's too easy. 3 for 3. You won.
I won. They won.
They won.
I won.
You all won. You all won, right?
We're all winners.
You're all winners. All right. Very nice. In conclusion, before we sign off, I want to make sure everybody has your contact information, because if they have a question about some of the things we've talked about today, or they just want to reach out and say hi or whatever, it's Tracy Driver at Dr. London's practice. That's the practice phone number. The email, is that your personal email address?
It is.
All right. neverpeanuts@yahoo.com. And the website for Dr. London is drpatricialondon.com. Does that look correct?
Right.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right. Let me stop sharing my screen. Go back to this.
God, I can breathe again.
You said you had been nervous about this, but you're great on camera. Yeah, you are.
I don't know. I can dance. That's about it.
Do you want to dance for us right now?
No, because I'm hooked up to this chair. Plus, I don't hear any music, but I could. But
all right. Well, we'll watch.
Thank you always for your support. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Our company enjoys a great relationship with your practice, and we just have always loved you guys and your practice, the things you do. And you've done other amazing things. We focused primarily on Dub Smash today, but your practice does all kinds of great things.
Yes. Dr. London really likes social media, and so we all have. It takes a bunch of people to be able to do all that. So, I mean, I take Mondays and I do that. I do a Snapchat. I have some other ways I contribute, but there's somebody that does like review responses to reviews. There's somebody that does the contest. There's somebody that does live videos, boomerangs. I mean, we're doing all those kind of things, but there's 15 girls that work there. So we all kind of divvy it up in that way. Divide and conquer.
Good. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll have to get you back on another time, and maybe even get 2 or 3 of your team members together.
Yes.
Interview as a group and talk about some of these other things you're doing. Okay.
Yeah, I'd love to.
All right, Tracy. Well, thank you. So from Dental Digital Marketing Discussions, we will say goodbye until next time. And thanks again, Tracy. And please say hi to Dr. London and the team.
I will.
Okay.
I will. Thank you.
Okay. Have a great day.
All righty.
Bye.
Bye.